guys, welcome back to an episode of KJ Confidential. I am your host, KJ.
And I'm the co-host, Andrew.
I am pissed weak. How are you doing, Andrew?
I am good. I'm good.
That's good. That's good. I hope you guys are good out there. This episode is going to be, I'm going to let you guys know this episode is really going to be all over the place. There's a lot of hot topics. It's going to be a lot of funny moments, might be some shade here and there, some petty. I mean,
and everywhere.
True. It wouldn't be an episode without it,
Yes.
Hey.
That's what we do. But we talk about the real, though. When it's time to talk about it, we talk about it.
Exactly. And so, but there's also going to be a lot of emotional moments too, as well, this episode. There's a lot of hot topics that hit a lot of places that are close to home for both of us. So guys, just, keep it locked and loaded because today is going to be a bumpy roller coaster ride. We'll be right back though. Welcome back to Confidential.
Welcome back.
All right. So you guys ready to get started with hot topics?
Ooh, I am. This is going to be heavy. Okay.
All righty. So our first hot topic of discussion today. So recently, this morning, Tamar Braxton did try to commit suicide.
Oh, wow.
Yes. The reasoning behind it, we're not entirely too sure. We are following the story as it develops. But, on my end of the spectrum, everybody that knows me knows I love the Braxtons. Okay?
So much. You won't shut up about it.
I love the Braxtons.
Take a break.
I love the Braxtons. And I especially love Tamar because Tamar, she is very...
You.
She's not me. I'm not that loud. I'm not that loud at all. But...
What's your favorite line? I know I ain't too ghetto, though.
I'm not. But no, I know that she's been battling a lot and she's really been trying to become a better person. She's been trying to put all the pettiness and all the drama and stuff behind her and everything. I really think that she's just really misunderstood, honestly, truthfully. What do you think, Andrew?
I think from the little bit I know from it, because I don't watch it like that. I've only watched it a couple times with you. But I think it's funny because in one episode, or was it a talk show that they were on, where Tamar was saying, y'all always, making me feel bad and always, basically it feels like they're ganging up on her.
Yeah, I mean, she said she did always feel that way. But I just think that she's a lot of inner demons that she has to deal with. I really do think that she does need to seek therapy. I really do think that she does have mental illness.
I think all of them do. I think all of them need to go to therapy because there's so much stuff that's going on amongst that whole entire family. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Tamar coming forward and admitting how she feels. And for it to come to this point means something wasn't addressed.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, be it the producers or, being in that image alone just does something to people. I mean, a lot of people say they don't understand how celebrities get inside these depressive states. And I'm like, well, just because they're celebrities, that doesn't mean they don't get depressed. They don't have depression. They don't have mental illness and everything. I mean, and she hasn't really been silent about that to begin with. She's always stated that she's had, always, was dealing with a lot of stuff that's in her head. I'm just praying for the family. And I'm praying for her speedy recovery. They said that she is stable. She's just still unconscious. Yeah, so that's amazing. It's just not her time to go yet. She's not done on earth
which is good, which is
Mm-hmm.
great, you know, because she's a beautiful person, you know, and she is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, yeah, she has an image issue and, you know, all of that other stuff with the nose surgeries and stuff, but that wasn't shade. Don't look at me like
That
that.
was shade. That was shade. That definitely was shade.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth. Aren't we here to tell the truth? It's true. So, anyway.
I'm going to let you have that one, but that was shade. But that was shade.
It was the
Have
truth.
it now.
It was the truth. It was the truth. But, I mean, you know, it's sad if someone's having a difficult time, you know, processing emotions and everything, that it comes down to that, especially when they're trying to make it known to you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that was recorded and all across the world, and you still didn't pick it up to the point where I just think that's sad. You know, I just think that's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
The listening skills.
She was really, really crying out for help. Honestly, you could tell that she was crying out for help. She's just one of those people who just doesn't know how to ask for it. I mean, she's a Pisces.
Oh, you tried it. Oh, you went there. Oh, okay. Pause and refrain. Because first of all, what you're not gonna do is come for Pisces, okay? Because we're incredible, okay? First of all, and secondly, okay, the problem is a lot of people don't like to listen. There's a difference between I heard something, like, you know, one of those little old ladies that hear something in the backyard and swear it's a raccoon in the trash can. But nah, bitch, you're getting your whole house broken into and you find them be missing. So there's that. And then there is listening, meaning I've heard everything that you said and comprehended it.
Mm. Okay.
There's a difference.
Okay.
Don't try it.
Okay.
Check yourself.
I'm a Capricorn, so you know we already.
Whatever. We don't care about you.
You know,
Billy Goats
we're the best sign
whatever.
out there. I'm just saying,
Woo!
we're the best sign out there.
Y'all little Billy Goats with fins. Don't nobody pay y'all mind.
On it and spin. Anyway, guys, we got to take a break, but we'll be right back. We're wishing Tamar a speedy recovery and know that we are praying for you and your family.
Yes, always.
All right, guys, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to KJ Confidential. And so our second hot topic today is actually quite sad. They did find Naya Rivera's body in the river. And they said what happened was that the water was a little bit choppy and she basically sacrificed herself for her child to make sure he was okay. And her son saw his mom drowned, go under the water as he described it. And it's really sad because I liked her as a person, as an actress on Glee, which she's well known for. It really, I don't know, it's really sad. It just sucks. Like, if you knew her as a person, if you knew her personality, especially how the character that she played in Glee, which was a high schooler who was a lesbian and coming out of the closet and trying to come to terms with who she is. So watching that, especially growing up being gay, it affects a lot of people in different ways because she was amazing, to be honest. But how do you feel, KJ?
This story is very much so very sad. It's a very emotional story. I'm gonna try not to get emotional with it. The other day when I found out, I just cried because it broke my heart. Growing up, I watched Glee. I loved Glee, and I loved Santana's character. And I identified with her character so much because I did come out the closet, but then I went back in the closet because I was so afraid of what people would think, or, you know, the way that I was raised, hearing stuff about, you know, you're going to go to hell if you're gay or whatever
Oh,
happened.
yes. That was annoying.
Exactly. It weighed heavily on me. And growing up, everybody that knows me knows I was not the nicest person. I had a mouth on
You
me.
still not. You still got a nasty mouth and rude as hell. If
I'm
y'all don't know, can I tell them?
I'm not rude. I'm actually really, really nice. You just have to push me to be rude.
Push you? Okay.
Yes, push me. Anyway, um, I just I feel so bad for her son because this little boy
Yeah.
watched her. He said he remembered her pushing him up on the boat and him like trying to pull down on the boat and lift himself up. And when he turned around, he just remembered watching his mom just go under the water.
That's tough. That's
Ugh,
like to see that. Can you imagine seeing that though?
ugh. That
That,
literally it breaks my heart because I this little boy is gonna have he's gonna go through.
he's gonna go through so much, so much counseling, so much, period. Like all the stuff that he's gonna have to face with the dreams and oh, I don't know. That's a lot to deal with.
I wouldn't want to wish that upon anybody. And it's just a sad. It's a very, very, very extremely sad situation. I I'm praying for the Rivera family. I'm praying for her baby's father. Um, I'm praying for the Glee cast. I'm praying for everybody, especially because they found her body the same day it marked 7 years as Corey Monteith's death. And if you don't
Wow.
know who Corey is, Corey played Finn, and he died from a drug overdose.
He was found in a hotel, right?
Yes.
Drug overdose. Mm-hmm.
Um, we're living in today's time is just a lot of stuff. 2020 was supposed to be a year of clear vision, and it's turning out to be a year of
Glossy ass vision because this shit is crazy. What the fuck?
exactly.
Like, I all this death, all this destruction, everybody's sick. They're talking about what's this? We got a race war, sex war, just human trafficking, all the stuff that's always been here, but like it's times 10 or something now. It's getting worse. The numbers are growing for everything.
Mhm.
And it's a mess.
You know what I want to do? I want to take the time out right now. I want us to pray. I want to pray for the country. I want to pray for the world. I want to pray for humanity because right now we're living in times where we feel like it's unknown. We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen the next day or anything like that. I mean,
Right. You right about
the
that.
shootings with Black Lives Matter, there's no justice being done for Breonna Taylor. There is people who killing themselves because of so much of a burden. It's like too much, the weight of the world is on them and everything. And, I want everybody to have a peace of mind and I just want everybody to be okay. So we're going to bow our heads and we're going to send up a word of prayer. And yes, on this show, we are religious. We believe in God.
Not religious.
Well, spiritual.
Spiritual.
Excuse me.
Not religious at all.
Spiritual.
Spiritual.
Let me take that back because there's a difference between religious and spiritual. I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. You won't catch me in no church house.
Yes, because that's habits. That's not a growth. That's just like habitual eating
Mhm.
or using drugs on a daily basis. That's not the same thing, because once the high is gone, you're the same as you were before you went in. So anyway, but that's another topic.
Exactly.
Woo! But yeah,
All
we're
right.
gonna pray about it.
So everybody bow your heads and close your eyes. Dear God, we thank you for waking us up this morning. We thank you for allowing us to have the activities of our limbs. We thank you for allowing us to see another day. We thank you for blessing us with life, health, and strength. And Lord, we come to you now that you put a hedge of protection around humanity. We come to you really wholeheartedly on our knees and just we're asking for help, Lord. We want you to protect the minds of our Black brothers and sisters, protect the minds of our white brothers and sisters. Let's protect the minds of our Latino brothers and sisters, protect the mind of our Asian brothers and sisters, our island brothers and sisters, and any other race or ethnicity that's out there, Lord. We want you to protect the minds of the humans in general, Lord. We want you to please, like, just protect our our assets, Lord. Just protect who we are as individuals. Like, change the mind, the way that people think. Change the mind, the way that the officers think. Change the mind that the justice system thinks. Like, change the minds of all the evilness that's in this world, Lord, because we need your help. We're crying out for help, Lord. And Lord, we just want you to heal. We're just asking for healing, your healing power, Lord. And we'll be so careful to give your name the praise, the glory, and the honor. In your name I pray. Amen. All right. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back to KJ Confidential.
Welcome back.
Okay. I did not want to talk about this hot topic, and I'm excited because I feel like this hot topic is getting shed too much light, and it's very annoying. So I'm sick and tired of hearing about this Will and Jade situation. Jada, whatever the hell she want to be called.
Oh, you was talking about shade.
So I'm going to let y'all know this is the last time that we're going to be talking about it on this show because I feel like it's getting too much light. So recently, Miss Jada Pinkett Smith herself came out with the video with the Red Table Talk. Of course, I knew that she was going to have a sit down with her husband, as well as she should. And she had a lot to get off her chest.
Ooh, let me get some wine.
A new word that is going around called entanglement. Now, Andrew, Djibouti, Emmanuel, please tell me what the hell is an entanglement?
Because your guess is as good as mine. Entanglement.
Listen,
I don't know. That sounds funny to me because entanglement, like weeds get entangled. Your hair can get entangled. How the hell do you entangle with somebody else's body? That's not entanglement. That's sex. You was having an affair. Well, excuse me. I have mixed feelings about it. I'm gonna shut up. Okay.
Listen, okay, so the more I talk about this subject, the more I get upset because I feel like people are making an excuse for Jada. Now, this is what I got a problem with. At the time that he came to Jada and them, now mind you, Jaden was the one who brought August around to begin with. At the time, he wasn't in the right place to even be dating emotionally or anything of a physical connection. August was going through a lot. He was on so much drugs at that time. And so to me, personally, this is how I feel. I feel like Miss Jada Pinkett herself used that vulnerability in him and latched onto him because she was in a vulnerable state herself.
Don't be politically correct. Call it what it is. She was horny, okay, and he was her booty call, and he caught feelings, but she didn't, and now they're in a predicament. Oh, excuse me, entanglement.
But no, I don't believe that because she said that they were in a relationship. So to me,
it don't look like a relationship to me.
To me,
where you at now?
Well, it's not a relationship now. And see, and that's the thing that I'm getting mad about with people because they're like, oh, Will and Jada wasn't together. They were separated. Oh my God. Hold on. If you've been married before and if you're separated, and all of a sudden you're back married and you're in blissful monogamy or whatever have you, in order for you to get to that blissful monogamy spot, there had to be some type of counseling, some type of prayer, some type of something for you to come back together. So that means at the time that she was frolicking and shotting John with Mr. August Alsina himself, she was still on the verge of talking to Will and trying to mend their marriage and everything. So she was having her cake and motherfucking eating it too. Now, had that been a fucking man.
Wait a minute. Before we get to all of that, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did she still have a ring on her finger?
I don't know if she was wearing a ring or not. I don't know if she was still wearing a ring or not.
But due to paperwork, she was still married, right?
That's what I know.
Legally
married. She was still legally married. Yeah. And so
was divorce paperwork filed?
I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure if there was any divorce paperwork filed or anything.
See, because the thing I'm getting to is, the thing I have a problem with is, if you're taking a break in your marriage, that's not an indication for you to start a relationship with someone else unless you're in the mindset of divorce.
And she said that they were in the mindset of divorce. She said that they were. But the problem that I have is, when and where did you start communicating back with Will? Because even after they got back together, August was still around the family. He was still around the family.
Oh, that's shady. And that's messy. Why would you do that? That's all messy.
Because he was even before all of this. He came on the Red Table Talk and literally
talked about his drug addiction and everything. I remember that.
Right. And they were talking about how close he was with the family. And
that was the first time I started actually watching it, because it was actually pretty good. Because he went in depth. So it was really good. And after that, I kept watching the Red Table Talk, because I was like, damn, that was pretty good.
And so
I thought it was a good episode.
Exactly. And so people are trying to say, well, Will cheated on Jada. No, they have an open marriage. He had sex with someone else. She didn't have sex with someone else. She got feelings. She had a whole relationship with someone else. And that's why Will was so hurt.
Now, we're going to put it political on that one. A relationship outside of the marriage.
Period.
Pooh.
And that's where this next hot topic comes into play. The female narrative. I have a problem with how everybody is like, oh, poor Jada this and poor Jada that. And I'm like, had this been Will, it would have been a whole different situation. Y'all sitting over here praising this entanglement and all this stuff and laughing y'all asses off at August, when half of y'all have been in August, Will, and Jada's position. But that's none of my business, okay? I'm just speaking fact. Some of y'all still going through the bullshit that August, Will, and Jada are going through right now. And y'all keep keying. But it ain't none of my business. Like I said, I'm just here to tell the story. I just don't like how...
story.
Exactly. I just don't like how females want to call
pacify everything that they do to make it seem like they're God's gift to earth. And we're not talking about all females. Let's clarify real quick before y'all get in your feelings and start being all emotional and rolling the eyes and the necks and all of that stuff.
Period.
We're not talking about all females. Because let me tell you, from personal experience, we both got incredible women in our life. There's a plethora of them. I was raised by a single mom. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the neighborhood where I'm from. It wasn't all that great. So it's not an attack on women. What we're saying is, when we want equality, especially right now, there has to be equality all the way across the board. Because like right now they're talking about, there was a female who was having a whole therapy session, just going from the White House to random schools and everything, talking about how many Black women have been mentioned with these police killings. And I'm like, huh? Because me and my boyfriend went to a protest and we were screaming Breonna Taylor, as well as my cousin, April. So what is you talking about? And Sandra Bland? Those aren't man names. And we don't even know the old lady's name that happened, in I think it was 2015, where she called the cops on her husband for beating her, and the cop shot her when she's the one that called the cops. But we're not going to get on all of that. You Google that and find out for yourself. But what we're saying is, you need to make sure that you're held accountable for what you do wrong. There are lots of men that do things wrong, but that does not give you the credibility nor the necessity to point out their flaws and then pretend that you have none, because the root word of woman is man. So therefore, you are half of what you claim to hate or claim to dislike or claim that all of them are dogs, stupid, retarded, can't hold relationships, can't hold jobs, can't take care of their baby mamas or their kids or their kids' kids, or can't even be present in the moment. All of that, honey bunch, you got inside of you too. Regardless of what you believe, whether you are religious, for those cultist people that like to be religious, or whether you're spiritual, or whether you're just atheist or don't, or whatever you want to, you have to face facts.
And let us
period.
And I think the thing that's really bothering me, and I can remember it like it was so clear. I remember when everybody was at Fantasia Barrino's throat when she was sleeping with a married man.
Yes,
she didn't
and that's
know
my
that
girl.
She
love
was told that he was separated. He wasn't messing with the wife no more.
Entanglement.
Like that. And it turns out, exactly, and it turns out that wasn't the situation. And so when I look,
he went back to his wife,
exactly,
and left Fantasia there to deal with the publicity,
and that's what August is going through. So Jada started dating August, and then decided that she wanted to rekindle her marriage. She wanted to save her marriage. And by no means, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm not saying that that's wrong at all. But what you did was leave him out in the wind. And then when he comes out and says something about it, you want to act like it ain't never happened.
And you see
the hurt all over Will's face?
Exactly.
Table talk.
Exactly. He was about to cry when he was admitting that he fucked up on her birthday and made the whole birthday about him instead of her, and showed a personal video during her birthday.
Yep, exactly.
He was hurt, and he was telling her with his eyes, like, yes, men have a hard time communicating. Let's just, if we're going to be facing facts, let's face facts. Men have a hard time communicating. I don't care if you're gay, straight, or otherwise. I don't care how connected to your feminine side you are, whatever. All men have a problem with communication at some form, some point, somewhere. Whether you get better or not is due to the fact of you working on it, whether it be with your partner or by yourself or what have you. But the point is, men have flaws. We have a lot of flaws. But females, y'all need to start taking accountability for what y'all fuck up on and stop making all these songs bashing men and then pretending that you don't do shit. And I'm not saying that, oh, okay, stop making music. But what I'm saying is we need a healing going on, because there's a lot of people hurt, and hurt continues to hurt other people. Because what they call it? Lonely loves misery loves company.
Yes.
So if you're around a bunch of miserable men, what do you think is going to happen to you?
You're gonna
Matter of fact,
miserable.
let's subtract the men. If you're around a bunch of miserable females, what do you think is going to happen to you? It's a chain reaction. I was in a show before with one of my best friends. And yeah, we're going to bring this to the table. We said this is going to be real, so this is going to be real. We were friends for 20 years. We were friends for 20 years. And it ended because she was hurt because she broke up with her boyfriend and lost everything in the process, due to their relationship. And I volunteered to help her because for me, it was not only do you have a child, I'm worried about your safety because I was homeless before. So I know how it is out there. I know how it is. So I was like, I don't want you and your child in that kind of predicament. So let me help out. And it didn't turn out that great because, you know, there's a clash of personalities and everything else that goes on. So it affected the friendship and it ended, you know, and it felt like there was no accountability with it. And I've noticed a process, especially because we had a talk show and we talked about it, toxic females. And there's a lot of them that pretend that they're not. They're called snakes in the grass. And they're not honest. You're not being honest with yourself or anybody else if you pretend that everything that you do is perfectly fine. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I literally, honestly agree with you. There are toxic men, there are toxic females, and people need to start taking accountability for their actions. In this situation, I feel like Jada shouldn't have said no entanglement. Bitch, call it what it was. Y'all was in a relationship. He was smacking it, flipping it, and rubbing it down, backing it up, starting it back all over again. You know you got dickmatized by him. It's okay.
Legal-wise, it's called an affair. A relationship outside of a marriage is I'm just saying.
I don't want to use that word because they do have an open marriage. However, I don't think in their open marriage, they agree.
Relationship, that's a close relationship. If you really paid attention to it, that was a close relationship. I'm talking about near, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave my whole entire family for this man kind of thing, you know?
You know what kept popping in my head?
What happened for him?
That scene from Girls Trip. When Tiffany Haddish was like,
if you don't stop,
we got real loose
so
last night.
You're
and
so
let me
petty.
tell you
I'm not,
something,
I'm
bitch.
Not. I'm not a part of this.
Because he got a big dick don't make him a grown-ass man with your pedophile.
No, stop.
I am weak. And on that
note, you told an important scene in a movie. Look at you.
I am weak. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
That's all that keep popping in my head.
But see, it's just crazy because she's not even like her face when she was listening to Will pour out his whole entire soul about his mistakes. Her face was just like, I don't really feel that bad for you, but I can tell I hurt you.
Oh,
you know, and it just baffled me. I was just like hurt because I always looked up to their kind of marriage because their marriage was just very trusting.
Mm-hmm.
There was so much trust with it, and it's just like, damn, like you burnt the shit out of him. And for there's always an opposite to everything. So I don't know what you would call a scorned man. I don't know.
A scorned man. I don't know what you call him either. Hell, mad as hell.
Hello, Medea.
All right, guys. On that note, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. All right.
Hey.
Hello.
Your mama.
You tried it. All right, you guys. Now we come to a point in the show where I get very excited because I get to give you my unsolicited advice about your relationships. Okay.
And why do you get so excited about this? Just remind the people.
I get excited about this because, you know, I love to give different perspectives on different relationships. I like being able to help people see.
Be nosy.
No, I like
call it out. Be nosy.
I like to help people see different angles from different situations. If I can help somebody, save their, because you never know what somebody's going through in their relationship. Like,
that's true.
You never know what they're going through. So if I can start this segment and, give you guys some good sound advice, take it, run on and see what the end is going to be. Now,
if your relationship is good and sound, don't worry about it.
Amen.
Just enjoy it. Because maybe you got a friend who's in a relationship who's not that healthy in their relationship that you may want to pass this advice to.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
Don't take everything so personally.
Mm-hmm.
Marshmallow.
All right, our first question for our relationship advice. It is, when you and your partner have a huge misunderstanding, do you call it quits or work on it?
You work on it. That's a simple ass question. You work on it. What else you gonna do?
Okay.
Like when you're in a relationship. Okay, so and let's talk for these spiritual people and the religious people and all that. So in the Bible it says evenly yoked. He was not talking about believing in the same thing and being the same person. He was talking about two people having the same agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Two people that want the same thing. I want to be in a relationship till marriage. You want to be in a relationship till marriage. Or to wherever this ends. Bam. Relationship.
Okay. I definitely agree with that. When it comes to misunderstandings, honestly, truthfully, I'm the type of person, I do not like to argue. I will not argue with you. Like, I'm not going to. I just I feel like when you're in an argument, you get so worked up and you start thinking things that you don't need to think. I think that you should wait until the situation dies down. That's just my opinion.
I
But
think you should talk about it.
I think that
Talk
you should
about it.
talk about it. Yes, I do believe that you should talk about it. Don't get me wrong. You should talk about it. But I'm not talking about it in the time frame that you want me to talk about it. Because if I talk
That's
about it in the time frame
that's
that
true.
you want me to talk about it, I could cuss you out, read you for filth, and your mother for filth, and your brother, sister, your uncle, your auntie, and everybody else. And I don't want to do that because that's me reacting off of my impulse and my anger. And you should not be reacting off of anything when it comes to your significant other. You shouldn't be trying to throw your significant other underneath the table and being or chastising them or anything like that for no reason at all. That's not what a relationship is about. So if you are having a misunderstanding and y'all cannot get down to the bottom and the core of that misunderstanding, then y'all should not be together, period, to begin with. Because that
Because what's a relationship?
is
Tell them what's a relationship.
exactly, because you both are wasting each other's time when y'all are not even in the same, like, you're not even in the same ballpark. He want kids, you don't want kids. Like, this
That
is
don't mean nothing.
it don't
See,
mean
that's
nothing. It doesn't mean anything. However, comma, you
mm-hmm.
could be in a relationship, y'all could start off and then y'all be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later. I stayed in this relationship because I loved you, but I don't think I can keep going on with this because I really want kids and you don't want that. You're not giving me what I want. So I'm hindering myself because of you. When I feel like, you should be with someone of the same stature and the same mindset of what you're thinking. Because then that's like 7, 8 years of your life that you have completely wasted because you decided to be like, oh, I'm going to stick it out because I love this person. And I tell people all the time, while being in love is amazing, sometimes love just is not enough. So if you decide to hinder or, not speak on a misunderstanding that y'all two have, that's on you because you decided not to speak on that misunderstanding. So if you decide to stay jaded and mad for the long time, that's on you. That's not
Well, we're
on
gonna
anybody
we
else.
gonna we're gonna disagree a little bit on that one because I mean I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I get what you're saying. You know, find somebody who wants the same thing that you do. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But I feel like certain things, because everybody comes with their own little reasons of why they don't want whatever it is, whether it be kids, whether it be I don't know, a certain career that you think is best for them because you want to push your ideas on them. I don't think that that's fair to push your ideas on another person
Yes.
just due to the fact that you feel that it's necessary. It's not a you thing. A relationship is two that come together for a common goal. So the two shall become one, which is evenly yoked.
Y'all can't
So
become one if I got two different
why
views.
in the world would I why in the world do you feel it's necessary to push your narrative on another person? Because would you want that done to you? What if they want to move to Costa Rica, Mexico, somewhere in Europe, and you don't? Because all your family's here. Yeah, relationship is compromised, but understand that compromise does not equal death. You can spiritually die, even in a relationship, and not be physically dead.
And that's why I said that sometimes some misunderstandings, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes you do have to call it quits because it just doesn't work out. You're not evenly yoked. I'm not moving all the way across the fucking world for your job, especially because I don't feel like I'm ready as an individual to do that. I feel like I'm compromising and living your dream instead of living our dream. And right now, this is your dream. That's not in our dream. So yes, that's why I feel like there are some misunderstandings, yes, you can work through. But then there's other ones like, no, I know that this is not going anywhere. I know this is not going anywhere. No matter how much I love you, I know that in the long run, I'm going to resent you. I'm going to resent you because I decided to put my stuff on the back burner and I decided not to say anything to you about how I felt.
Self-love.
Exactly. I decided to let this misunderstanding go and let you do what you want to do. No, absolutely.
You're right about that part. Self-love. You know, just don't let yourself be in your own way.
True. That's true.
Because
all right, you guys, welcome back to KJ Confidential. Okay, so we had a little fuck up just at the last,
you just didn't agree with me, and I'm right and you're wrong, and that's what it is.
That definitely wasn't it. It was a technical difficulty, but we'll leave it at that, okay? But y'all got
it is technical difficulty when you don't agree.
First time, you should not stay with your partner, or you should stay with your partner if there is a misunderstanding. It just depends on the misunderstanding. All right. So, question number 2.
Oh, you finna be shady. Okay.
Now, Pansy, Djibouti.
What hell?
Is it okay
Palika?
For your partner to look at other people in your presence? So if a guy with a fat ass walk by, and I mean a fat old, big old, juicy booty, is it okay if your man looks at it and be like, "Oh, that's nice"? Ain't it nice?
It is nice. What am I gonna say? It is nice. I don't have a problem with looking. I have a problem with touching. I have a problem with you touching all of. I don't care about looking. Just don't stare. Shit, we can talk about it together. Okay, because you're a whore.
I'm not a whore.
You are, because that's rude as shit. Like, why do you stare at people? People don't like.
I don't stare at people in their faces. I don't stare at people in their faces. I don't like that. I think that's very rude. Don't stare at me.
But it's better for you to stare at their body parts for long periods of time.
Listen,
okay,
if you got it, flaunt it. Okay, look,
the grass is purple. You right. The grass is purple. You right.
I don't care if my partner looks at other people. Of course, you are right about.
You do.
No, with the whole touching thing, that's a problem. But I'm gonna look too. I'm gonna be like,
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Because, like, think about it. It's beauty. People, there's lots of beautiful people. There's lots of beautiful things in the world. Do you like neglect to look at the flowers that you see growing? Do you neglect to feel the breeze and appreciate the breeze because it's hot?
Hallelujah.
In Georgia and Atlanta, hot Atlanta. Okay, you're gonna enjoy that damn breeze that blow across your damn face. Okay.
Look, I'm a look.
Okay, no, you don't gotta do all of that. See, like, that's what I mean. Hoe. Use a hoe. You ain't gotta do all that. Use a hoe.
A hoe is someone who actually acts on that stuff. I'm not acting on it. I'm just looking.
The first act is the thought alone.
No. I disagree. Every human, I mean, you're human. You're going to think. Everybody thinks.
That's not what I said. You misinterpreted what I said. I'm not saying don't think.
You said the first thought. The first thought.
If the first
when I
thought
see that ass, I'm gonna be like, damn, I wonder how it feels. That's the first thought. But that don't mean I'm going to act on it.
That doesn't mean you're going to pursue it.
Exactly.
For some people, it's the opposite.
This is true. Ain't no one's denouncing that.
Okay, then. As long as you don't disagree with me. So there you go. Anyway, move forward.
I don't disagree with you at all. So party people, guess what? If you sit over there holding your man or a female or your girlfriend accountable because they're looking, you're wrong.
Or male.
Exactly.
Because you know what? There's beautiful. Oh, I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry. But there's beauty everywhere. There's beauty everywhere. Exactly. So don't be sitting there pretending like you don't see nobody. It's fine to see, to look. Okay, it's your eyeballs. That's what they're there in your face for. They're not there just to look at one person and one person alone. Beauty is beauty. Art is art. Music is music. If something catches your attention, okay, whatever. Move on.
Listen, I love when my music notes connect, okay?
I don't even have words. Just, you know what? Let me tell y'all, because he's trying to be shady. Mm-hmm. He's trying to be shady. He is. Look at it. He's shady. Because he know I sang. The shade and... Okay, going on. Just, you know what? I'm going to let you have it for today. I'm going to let you have it for today.
Okay. And on that note, guys, we'll be right back.
You tried it, though.
What did I say, though?
I'm going to beat you up in this commercial break. Just wait. Just wait. Yeah. Welcome back to KjKonfidential. And our last relationship question is, what would you do if you were bored in your relationship? What would you do? What would you do, KJ?
What would Kwalika do?
Kwalika would be a hoe. Because you always...
I'll stay to the left. No, I'm playing.
No, but...
No, okay, so seriously, if I was bored in my relationship, I am the type of person, I like to communicate everything. So I'm going to be like, listen, this is strike one. I'm letting you know something is not...
Strike one?
Yes, because I'm the type of person, I believe in there being three chances. Oh, excuse me, I got...
Yeah.
I believe in there being three chances because I feel like by the third chance, if I'm telling you the same thing over and over, and it's going to be a time span too. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to tell you today, and then I'm going to tell you again tomorrow, and then I'm going to tell you again next week. No, because it takes time, especially when you're used to if it's been a certain way for a certain time. If it's been that way for a certain time period, that means that's what they're used to. So that's a habit, and a habit sometimes it's hard to break. So
wait. But for bored though, like
yes, I like you can't expect boredom to change overnight in the relationship.
Well, no. I just think that three chances is for like when you make mistakes. Boredom is different to me.
No, I don't think that at all. Because if you tell somebody that you're bored in a relationship and it don't change, that don't mean you just end the relationship. You let them know again, and so that's why I said three chances. So
right. The people wanted to know.
Yeah, I'll give you.
And I did too because I was a little bit confused. Don't blame me.
Okay, got you.
I'm a little bit high. I'm sorry.
Okay, got you. But yeah, I believe that you should have. I give you three chances. I'll let you know that hey, something is not right. We need to figure this out together. It could be something on my end. It could be something on your end. It could be something on both of our ends. I don't know, but I am not happy right now. I feel like that needs to be communicated in your relationship. Don't expect something to change in your relationship if you haven't communicated it. If you're bored in your relationship, don't expect your spouse to be like reading up on it. No, I hate when people do that. I am not a mind reader. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know if you're bored or not. You gotta talk to me. You know?
Yes. Not only that, it's very important that you evaluate. Like I'm learning with my relationship. You have to learn yourself because sometimes it's not them, it's you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And if you don't deal with your past, boo, you're never going to have a future.
Exactly. Sometimes it might just not be them. That's why I said that you got to look at it from all three perspectives. It might be you, it might be him, it might be y'all together. You don't know, but you got to take responsibility. Like at some point in time, like even if you don't think it's you, seek out help. Be like, maybe if this is what's going on. Tell me, am I overthinking it, or maybe is it just me, or maybe am I going through something emotionally? Maybe I don't have that individuality that I'm looking for and I'm yearning for in that relationship. But like I said, you need to tell your partner if you're bored or not, like, because that's what is straying, honey. That's what
like Jada and Will in Augusta.
Nah,
you gonna be all over the place, and I know where you going in this directional hula hoop. You don't even know where you're going. You're going around in circles. Like, where's you going? Where's you going? I'm just saying. But
I cannot. I'm just saying. The shade.
I'm just saying it's the truth though, because like if you're bored in a relationship and you're communicating, if you're with the right kind of partner, they'll be willing to change it. If you're with the wrong kind of person, they're never going to change. You know, you'll always be in this loophole of if I shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know, I don't understand why they're not listening to me and all this other stuff. Why are you wasting your time? Self-love is important. How are you going to hold a relationship if you don't love yourself first? I know we're on the topic of when you're bored, but if you're bored with yourself, what you expect to happen in your relationship?
Boredom. Unless that person brings excitement to your life. But even so, if that person brings excitement to your life, then there shouldn't be a time where you feel like you're bored in your relationship. And again, if you are bored in that relationship and that partner brings so much excitement in your life, then that means there's something physically or emotionally wrong with you. And you need to, you got to be accountable for that. Because if you're not accountable for it, all you're going to do is bring evilness to your partner. So everything that your partner does is always going to be a problem to you.
Like Will said, Will Smith said this, and I held this. Your happiness is not my problem. Meaning, I should not be the reason why you're happy. I'm the addition to you already being happy.
Will better have said that. He better have said that.
So, with all of that being said, if you can't take accountability for yourself, like we were talking about in the female narrative, if you can't take accountability for yourself and what you hinder as a person, because as they say, what do you bring to the table? Not everything good that you stack up is not weighed down by everything bad. Okay, there's a balance scale. You got some bad with the good, and you're not always right, honey. So you need to pay attention to what you bring into the table.
Speak on it.
Don't bring your past to your present expecting it to be different, because listen, 1 + 1 = 2, always and forever. It never changes.
And 3 + 3 = 6. Period. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, guys, that is our episode for today.
Yes. It was so good to make another episode, to be here with you, KJ, to be here with the people. Well, y'all are amazing. We are amazing. You know, learn to laugh, learn to love, learn to let people make mistakes and grow.
Speaking of laughing, honey, where the hell your contract at? I just want to know. We like 5 episodes in and I ain't got no contract in my inbox. Signed, still delivered.
Listen, like if we're going to sign, still delivered, I want to know the receipts to your hairstylist.
What? It's definitely coming out of you. And on that note, guys, we'll see you next time. Love you guys. Peace and blessings.
Bye.